Welcome to join our special 2026 One Institute of Graduate Studies Commencement Ceremony. To celebrate this special graduation ceremony, we would like to start with opening performance, a Korean drum played by Mrs. Youngmi Chang. Please welcome her. Now we'll offer invocation prayer. Please stand. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. We give gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, to our parents, to our fellow beings, and to the law and order of humanity. Today we have gathered here to celebrate and honor our 50 graduates from the One Institute of Graduate Studies, class of 2026. We are thankful for their dedication and aspiration to be of service to the world as healers and as lay teachers. We pray for their success in their chosen profession. May all members of the One Institute be inspired to find creative ways of continuing, expanding, and bettering the One Institute's mission and vision through personal development and professional achievement. May all of us continue helping one another to move forward into the next era, making the One Institute a flourishing center of integrative education in the United States of America. We pray wholeheartedly with hands together. Thank you. Please be seated. Dr. Won-Sun Oh, our president of One Institute of Graduate Studies, will give the welcoming address.
Our honorable guests and families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. On behalf of the entire One Institute community, I extend my warmest welcome and heartfelt gratitude and congratulations in every and each of you. Today, we gather here not only to celebrate your accomplishments, but also to honor the remarkable individuals you have become. Graduation is far more than awarding the diploma. It is recognition of your dedication, self-reflection, and personal transformation. At the One Institute, we believe that education is about much more than acquiring knowledge or developing professional skills. It is about cultivating wisdom, compassion, and inner stability that enables us to live meaningful life and make positive impacts on the lives of your neighbors. Dear graduates, the world you are entering is filled with remarkable opportunities, but it is also marked by uncertainty, division, and change, a rapid change. Now more than ever, our society needs leaders who bring healing instead of conflict, understanding instead of judgment, and hope instead of fear. As you move forward, remember that your greatest contribution will not simply be what you know, but who you are. Your characters, your integrity, your compassion, and your commitment to serving others will shape the communities you touch and help create a better world. From this day toward, may you remember that every person you meet can be your teachers, and every challenge is opportunity for your growth, and every moment offers a chance to become a better person. Never stop learning. Never stop asking meaningful questions. Never lose your sense of wonder. And never forget that real success is measured not only by personal achievement, but also by the positive impact your life has on the well-being of others and the society. As you leave this campus, know that you will always remain a cherished member of One Institute family. We will follow your journey with pride and celebrate your accomplishments and welcome you back whenever your path brings you home. Congratulations once again. May your lives be healthy, meaningful, and filled with joy as you continue your journey of learning, healing, and service. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the class of 2026. Thank you very much. Okay, now it's my great honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, Dr. Abby Stamelman Hocky. Dr. Abby Stamelman Hocky is nonprofit leader, organizational consultant, and spiritual director with more than 4 decades of experiences in community organizing, interface relations, and nonprofit management. She served as executive director of Interface Philadelphia from its founding in 2004 through July 2026, helping build one of the nation's leading organizations dedicated to fostering understanding and collaboration across religions and cultural differences. Dr. Abby Stamelman Hocky recently launched Insights LLC, where she offers spiritual directions as well as leadership and organizational consulting. Her work is grounded in a belief that individuals and organizations flourish when they cultivate resilience, purpose, and meaningful relationships. Dr. Abby Stamelman Hocky holds an MSW from Yeshiva University's Weiler School of Social Work and has a BA from Lafayette College. She serves on the board of her synagogue, Beth M. Israel, and volunteering with NAMI, supporting individuals and families affecting serious mental health conditions. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Abby Stamelman Hocky.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. O, for that generous introduction. Dr. O, Reverend Park, Reverend Song, Dr. Leidy, faculty, students, family, and friends. I'm truly honored and humbled to be part of this commencement ceremony. Today, we celebrate both the completion of your graduate studies and the commencement of your lives dedicated to healing. What an extraordinary institution and what powerful practices you are bringing into the world. As we stand together at this threshold, please join me in congratulating the students receiving the degrees today in the following programs. Doctor of Acupuncture, Master of Acupuncture, Master and Certificate of One Buddhist Studies, and the Certificate in Chinese Medicine. And let's applaud the distinguished faculty and administration who have shepherded your learning. And finally, let's recognize the family and friends who've supported you and who are present today in person and virtually. A few months ago, when I told my husband that I was invited to offer the commencement address at the Wan Institute, he said, "What a wonderful invitation. You could invite people into 10 minutes of silence." Well, I decided not to go in that direction. Rather, I'll reflect today a little on the theme of gratitude. And students, graduates, I do hope that you will find some quiet time in the days ahead to reflect on your accomplishments and to offer thanks, to appreciate the twists and turns of life that brought you to this institution of excellence and to your chosen field, to remember the people who have supported you and guided you along the way, and to savor the powerful and life-giving vocation that you have chosen. Author and theologian Frederick Buechner defined vocation as the place where your unique gifts meet the world's needs. Where your unique gifts meet the world's needs. You have sought vocations that are just that. You have chosen to become healers in a world deep in need of healing. As you step out and discover your own unique path, know that you are accompanied. Know that you do not leave this place alone. You carry your teachers, your classmates, your families, and the wisdom grounded in Wan Buddhism. Your education here has not only taught you techniques of healing, it has cultivated habits of awareness, learning to be present, to recognize suffering without being overwhelmed by it, and to respond with kindness and compassion. While this moment likely holds twinges of uncertainty, I come with assurances that your choice to pursue meaningful and sacred work will enrich your lives in ways you cannot imagine. I have had the great fortune of a vocation that chose me. A chance encounter charted the trajectory of my life. It happened one lonely spring day, my senior year of college, walking across the beautiful quad at Lafayette College, feeling lost. A professor called my name and asked what I was doing after graduation. I said, "I have no idea." Dr. Wiener swooped me under his wings, and after a half an hour in his office, I was exploring MSW programs, social work schools with tracks in Jewish communal service. That chance encounter set me on a path that ultimately brought me into the work of interfaith relations, sacred work that captured my heart for decades, and I couldn't be more grateful. Many of you likely have similar stories about forces least expected, or people you met on the journey that took you where you were meant to go. Stay tuned, stay open, savor the everyday treasures that enrich our lives. In my professional career, I was able to work with colleagues of all faith and spiritual traditions to create educational and dialogue opportunities for youth, religious and civic leaders, and professionals of all disciplines. But above all, it has been the cross-cultural and spiritual encounters and relationships that have graced my journey, for which I am most grateful. I have been deeply moved and uplifted by the many people and wisdom traditions I experienced on my professional path, and the faculty and leaders of Wan Institute are such stellar examples, offering sacred presence and equanimity at every table that we shared. For it is how we carry ourselves that makes the most profound difference. I believe I was born with genes that placed me in a very special community, the community of people who see the glass as half full. That life is good, that people are good, and that institutions are trustworthy, that the arc of the moral universe does indeed bend toward justice. This lens has led me and helped me to lead. It led me to surround myself with people who care as much about the common good as about their own welfare, and people who sees life with a positive attitude. It has led me to hire people who are resourceful and possibility thinkers, and to filter the way I ingest the news, and to find alternative sources for the news. For me, this perspective has been extremely helpful in navigating life's twists and turns. Like a puzzle, if something's not working, there must be another way to put the pieces together. If there's a conflict, there is a bridge to be found. When there's a problem, my curiosity for creative solutions is ignited. Whether genetic or learned, seeing the world through a glass half full lens does not mean that life does not present challenges. Rather, it has offered me a posture of gratitude, enabling me to focus on what is present instead of dwelling on what is absent. Last October, my second grandson was born at a hospital in New York City. On the second day of his life, he was unexpectedly whisked into the operating room with a condition related to a severed esophagus. Following days flooded with big questions and big emotions, I found myself for the first time in the NICU, the neonatal intensive care unit. Baby Jonathan was in an incubator, sustained by tubes of oxygen and food, sedated so as not to disturb his life-giving assistance. I was trying to breathe to settle my nerves, taking deep breaths, when feelings of enormous gratitude began to well up. Rather than seeing a helpless, vulnerable infant, my awareness expanded, and I realized how lucky he was to be born in a metropolitan hospital equipped to handle his condition, that a pediatric surgeon was available within hours of his diagnosis, and that she had the training and equipment needed to operate on a 6-pound infant. I was moved to tears when shifting my attention to the tiny needles and thin tubes that made it possible for Jonathan to breathe and be nourished. I thought about the experts who had invented and manufactured these instruments for just this kind of situation. I found comfort in the tiny bandages that some wise designer had decorated with small teddy bears. And these days, my heart overflows with gratitude for Jonathan, a now healthy, smiley, chunky 10-month-old. As you commence this new chapter of your journey, I invite you to carry 4 companions with you: a posture of gratitude, relationships that support you to be your best self, integrity as you develop your practice and make it your own, and openness to the surprises that will grant you along your path. May your hands bring healing. May your presence bring connection. May your work remind those you serve that wholeness is possible. And may gratitude be a strong rudder in any storms that come your way. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you so much, Abby, for that heartfelt commencement address and just the privilege of your presence with us today. It is now our honor to recognize the achievements of this year's graduates. Will the Doctor of Acupuncture candidates please stand?
On the recommendation of those faculties and on the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Acupuncture with all the rights and the privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please come to the stage when your name is called? Dr. David Dag-Murray, the program administrator for the Doctor of Acupuncture program, will read the names of the candidates.
Sorry. Dr. Sarah Craig. Dr. Lyndon Peña Cuenta. Dr. Amanda Sue Mellon. Dr. Aaron Midica. Dr. Melissa Marie Wolf. Dr. Christy Polupchuk-Giroux. Dr. Amy Ip. Dr. Olivia Marie Ketterer. Dr. Andrew Michaels. Dr. Amy L. Saber. Dr. Maria L. Verde. Dr. Melvin L. Williams. Dr. Madeline Eve Willis. Dr. Philip Lee Zhao. Please help me congratulate the students who couldn't attend today. Dr. Leanna Russo, Dr. Brittany Alicia Miller Valentin, and Dr. Allison Jade Sargent.
Thank you, Dr. Dagmurray. And you may be seated. Congratulations. And next we have, will the Master of Acupuncture candidates please stand?
On the recommendation by the faculty and on the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Acupuncture with all the rights and the privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please come to the stage when your name is read? Dr. Benjamin Griffith, Chair of the Acupuncture Studies Program, will read the names of the candidates.
Ariana Elizabeth Ballerini. Ellie Canny. Geraldine Celestine. Angela Chen. Yelissa Nicole Delgado. Laura Espinoza Walla. Nina Figueroa. Rachel Glatz. Hope Lindley Kaufman Goodrich. Asunta Grobels. Devin Huang. Brianna Janae Joseph. Christina Marie Lacour. Marissa Martin. Anthony Joseph Maverick. Emily Porret. Good. Francesca Elizabeth Rizzo. Lynn Roberts. Kristen Eva Scherer. Amelia R. Siwa. Simona Zavruka. Let's congratulate 4 graduates who could not make it: Victoria Wu Ruzini, Q Lee, Olga Ivanov, and Tasha Monique Halsey.
Thank you, Dr. Griffith. Now I invite the Master of One Buddhist Studies candidates, please stand. Yes.
On the recommendation of the faculty and on the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of One Buddhism Studies with all the rights and the privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the candidates please come to the stage when I, the chair of the One Buddhist Studies program, call your name? Isabel Barton. Matthew Edward Ginter. 우진 종덕킴. Amanda Sue Mellon. And please help me congratulate our master's degree student, Pyeonghwa Yang, who could not be here today, but we send him our congratulations. Will the certificate of One Buddhist Studies candidates please stand?
On the recommendation of the faculty and on the authority vested to me, I'm sorry not. too many different degrees, so I'm just going to busy now. Okay, by the Board of Trustees and Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer you upon the degree of Certificate of Won Buddhism Studies, with all the rights and the privileges pertaining thereto.
So I call up first Lyndon Cueto. Kelly Marie Deno. Lynn Roberts. Thank you. Will the Certificate of Chinese Herbal Medicine candidates please stand?
On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Chinese Herbal Medicine, Certificate of Chinese Herbal Medicine, with all the rights and the privilege pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please come to the stage when your name is read? Dr. Carol Goldman, the director of the Certificate in Chinese Herbal Medicine program, will read the names of the candidates.
Jocelyn Suzanne Flay Inselberg. Thank you. Amy Ip. Olivia Marie Ketterer. Casey Smith. Jefferson Alexander Webb. Please help me congratulate a student that couldn't make it today, Mariah Lamb.
Thank you, Dr. Goldman. Can we get one more round of applause for all our graduates today? So, I would now like to invite Lorna Lee and Dr. Ben Griffith to the podium.
All right. So we're just going to take a quick moment to acknowledge one of our long-term faculty who's retiring right now. Lorna Lee, acupuncturist and herbalist for 30 years, political pioneer. She passed the first Practice Act in Delaware. And it was an accomplished researcher doing many studies at the University of Pennsylvania. Hold on, let me give the certificate. And she taught for us from the beginning. In grateful recognition of your years of dedicated service to the students, faculty, and community of the Wine Institute of Graduate Studies, your commitment to excellence in acupuncture education, your generosity in your sharing your knowledge, and your steadfast devotion to the healing arts have inspired generations of practitioners. Your legacy will continue through the countless students whose lives and careers have been shaped by your wisdom and compassion. With sincere appreciation and best wishes on your retirement, this is presented this day, the 6th day of August, 2026, by President O.
Congratulations, Professor Lorna Lee. So I'm pleased to announce our graduate class speakers for this year. Representing the Doctor of Acupuncture program, Dr. Melvin Williams. Representing the Acupuncture Studies program, Amelia Siwa. Representing the One Buddha Studies program, Ujin Kim. Representing Certificate of Chinese Herbal Medicine program, Jefferson Webb. So please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Dr. Melvin Williams.
Okay, can everybody hear me? All right, we'll take a deep breath first because we have had a long ceremony. Woo-saw this moment. So this speech was actually inspired by one of my colleagues who asked, what is next? So what is next? So I'm going to start off by saying good morning to all our distinguished guests, cherished families, honored friends, and my fellow graduates. Today I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of the Doctor of Acupuncture class of 2026. And just to give you a little bit of who I am, my name is Melvin Williams. I'm a massage therapist who learned that healing begins with human touch. A cancer survivor who discovered that vulnerability can become strength. A veteran who discovered also that service is not an obligation but a way of life. This community helped shape this practitioner I am becoming. But today is not about one journey, it's about many. It's all about ours. We've arrived from different careers, different experiences, and chapters of our life. Yet, we leave united by one calling to serve through healing. We do not arrive here by chance. We arrive through perseverance. Today, we balance careers, families, and classrooms. We prepared for board exams while carrying the responsibilities of everyday life. We made financial sacrifices because we believed the calling was worth the cost. There were moments we questioned ourselves, but we never questioned our purpose. To our faculty and mentors, thank you for challenging us to think critically, practice compassionately, and never stop learning. To our families and friends, thank you for believing in us when we struggle to believe in ourselves. Which brings me to the question that belongs to every one of us. What is next? Now, where we will work, not what titles our name, follows our name, but who will you choose to become? Today you received your diplomas, great achievements. Tomorrow will become someone's hope. Someone will place their trust in you, not because of the letters after your name, but because they hope that we will listen before we speak, understand before we judge, and care before we treat. That is where healing begins. Our education has given us knowledge. Our patients will ask us for wisdom. Knowledge recognizes the pattern, but wisdom recognizes the person. As Maya Angelou once reminded us, people will forget what you said. People will never forget what you did, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. As Doctor of Acupuncture, that is more than inspiring thought, it's our responsibility. In our years at WAN taught us anything, it is that a meaningful life is not measured by the results of what we can see, it is measured by the actions we faithfully choose each day. Not every treatment will produce immediate breakthrough. Not every day will feel like a victory. Yet, every day gives us another opportunity to show up, to listen, to learn, to serve. Every patient we care for is a seed we plant. Healing happens beneath the surface long before it becomes visible. The same perseverance that carried us through this program will carry us through our lives by the lives we touch. Trust the process, honor the work, keep showing up, because the smallest acts of compassion, integrity, and experience repeated day after day become something extraordinary. Because the world does not need another copy. It needs the person you have become created to become. Stewards of healing. Remain curious, lead with humility, advocate with courage, serve with judgment, trust the process, honor the work, keep showing up, and never forget the greatest medicine we offer is not in a needle. It is found in our presence. Go forward, Doctor of Acupuncture class of 2026 now. Let us answer the question that brought us here today. What is next? You are. Thank you.
I want to know which one of you made this happen. Hello, everyone. My name is Amelia Siwa, and I've been invited to speak on behalf of the Masters of Acupuncture class of 2026. I believe that everything in life starts and ends with gratitude. For this reason, I would like to begin my time with you all today by asking you to join me in expressing gratitude. First, to the WAN Institute, a school built on the foundation of WAN Buddhism. Founded on WAN Buddhism, got that. But is also an accredited educational institution that also encourages growth of the individual. It is here that we learned how to be better people and better practitioners by first learning how to understand ourselves. I extend gratitude next to our professors and mentors. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your expertise, your patience. as we learned through this difficult process. There is a part of each of you that will continue to ripple through us to each of our patients. As a class, we extend gratitude to each of our families and friends who have been here to join us today. We are forever grateful for your patience, your support, and your unwavering commitment to us over the last 3 years. We know it wasn't always cute, but we couldn't have done it without you. Last, I would like to extend gratitude to my classmates. These students have spent the last 3 years of their lives learning the crash course of a healthcare system that is thousands of years in the making, and who will dedicate the rest of their lives to putting this wisdom into practice and shaping a better world for many people to come. The world is grateful and in need of your service. In front of you all today sit 25 of the most dedicated, determined, compassionate individuals I've had the pleasure of meeting in my life. And it is with great excitement that I get to say they are the future of our profession and the future of healthcare. 6 years ago, I was talking with an acupuncturist, curious about how he had gotten into practice in the first place. He began telling me about the Wan Institute, and he was very clear when he emphasized to me that acupuncture school is not for the faint of heart. Yeah. About halfway through my first semester, I very quickly understood this sentiment, and here's why. This program covers 46 didactic-based courses, totaling 123 credit hours. And it was over the course of these credits that we learned how we can help people at the most fundamental levels of physiological and esoteric health. In the last 3 years, you have all completed over 800 clinical observation and practice hours, in which you have provided well over 125 treatments to patients who came to you in a time of need. And that's just the beginning. If that wasn't enough, many of us face challenges along the way. Life shifts, moving homes, career shifts, you name it. Many of my classmates commuted across state lines to be here every single week from New York, New Jersey, Delaware, DC, and West Virginia. And I extend my admiration to my classmates who are parents, who navigated through the challenges of parenthood while they learned this medicine. I would say that all of this is a profound exhibition of resilience, and certainly something to be proud of. To my classmates, as we move through this transition from interns to practitioners, I ask you to remember what it was like to be a student back on your first day of class. It was from that day that I've witnessed your growth, your curiosity, and your passion, and the most beautiful friendships that formed along the way. And now here we are. This has certainly been a moment in time, and as it closes, I wish you luck and prosperity wherever the wind blows you from here. I would like to end my time with you all today by revisiting a story we were shared 2 years ago in class. I invite you to keep this story with you everywhere you go and call upon it when life starts to feel a little stagnant, to serve as a reminder that you are the first needle in each treatment, and you are already the medicine this world needs. One day, a little girl walked along the beach after a storm had washed up thousands of starfish onto the sand. One by one, she knelt down, picked them up, and tossed them back into the water. Someone saw her doing this for some time and decided to go up to her. They said, "Why are you bothering to do this? Don't you see there are thousands of starfish on this beach? You can't possibly make that much of a difference." The little girl paused, knelt down, picked up one more starfish, and tossed it back into the water. With a smile, she turned back to the stranger and said, "I made a difference for that one." Once again, thank you to all of you, everyone who could join us today, and congratulations to the Masters of Acupuncture graduates, class of 2026.
Good morning, President, faculty members, honored guests, families, and my fellow graduates. My name is Chung-Duk Kim, and it is a great honor to stand before you today as a graduate of the master's program in Won Buddhist Studies. Today, We celebrate not only the completion of our degrees, but also the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Each of us came to one institute with different backgrounds, cultures, and hope. We came for different reasons, and we will live to follow different paths. However, during our time together, we shared one meaningful journey. We learned that education is not only about gaining knowledge, it is also about understanding others, caring for others, and becoming better human beings. For me, this journey has been especially meaningful. 3 years ago, I came to the United States. Everything was new to me: the language, the culture, and the way of life. Living in a new country was not always easy, but I was never alone. My professors, classmates, and members of this community welcomed me with kindness and helped me along the way. Because of them, I am able to stand here today, and I will always be thankful for their support. One of the greatest gifts I received at one institute was learning with people whose lives were different from my own. As we shared our thoughts and listened to one another, and I began to see the world in a wider way. At first, I thought our differences were what defined us, but over time, I saw something deeper. No matter where we came from or what we believed, we shared the same hope to understand others, care for one another, and help build a better society. This taught me to look beyond myself and to see that our communities grow stronger through people who choose kindness, understanding, and service. These years have also prepared me for a life of ministry. Now I served at the One Buddhism of New York Temple. There I see how the lessons I learned here come alive through the people I meet each day. Every conversation and every moment of listening reminds me that learning does not end at graduation. It continues through the way we live and serve others. As we move forward, each of us will follow a different path. Many of us will become healthcare professionals. Others will work in education, ministry, research, or other fields. Whatever work we choose, people will remain at the center of what we do. May we always see the world of every person we meet. May we do every task with honesty and care. And may the wisdom and kindness we have developed here become a source of hope and healing in our communities. As we try to bring light into the lives of others, may we find balance when life becomes difficult and keep our hearts humble, clear, and kind. The diploma we receive today is more than a sign of what we have achieved. It is also a reminder of the duty we now carry. What we learned at one institute will find its greatest meaning not in today's ceremony, but in the ordinary moments when we choose to live by these values. Finally, I would like to express my deepest thanks to everyone whose vision, hard work, patience, and care made one institute what it is today. Building a school and continuing its mission takes courage and the work of many people over many years. Because of their work and their belief in this mission, we are able to celebrate this day together with confidence and hope. Now, it is our turn. It is our turn to carry this spirit forward. It is our turn to live what we have learned, to respect every person we meet, and to leave our communities with greater kindness, deeper care, and lasting hope. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Jefferson Webb. I first started my education at the Wan Institute about 4 years ago. Last year, I was graduating with my Master's of Acupuncture. This year, my certificate in Chinese herbal medicine. And if all goes as planned, my doctorate next year. Standing here today is truly an honor and a bit surreal. I began this journey 4 years ago, wondering if I had what it would take. Like all of us, I had to balance school, clinic shifts, careers, families, and countless late nights trying to remember if it was Bai Shao, Chur Shao, Bai Zhu, Bai Zhe, or Gui Zhe. Somehow, despite sounding so similar, each one of these has completely different actions. And yes, pronunciation is very important. Somewhere between the flashcards, practical exams, and patient encounters, something remarkable happened. I changed. We changed. When I first walked through the doors of the Wan Institute, I hoped to become a better healer. What I didn't expect was how much this education would shape me as a person. We learned herbs, formulas, diagnosis, and treatment, but perhaps the greatest lesson wasn't found in a textbook. It was learning how to slow down, something that I desperately needed to learn. Meditation taught us that before we can calm another person's mind, we must first learn to quiet our own. Before we can help others find balance, we have to seek it within ourselves. As we leave here today, we enter a world that desperately needs healing. Stress, anxiety, digestive disorders, chronic pain, and hormonal imbalances affect millions every day. We won't solve every medical problem, and we shouldn't pretend to. Modern medicine has accomplished extraordinary things. Vaccines and surgeries have been life-changing, but our role is different. We have something real and time-tested to offer. We may not always provide a cure, but we can help people find hope again. I remember one patient who came into our student clinic simply asking for wellness support. She wasn't battling a life-threatening illness. She was simply exhausted from years of putting everyone else first. We created an herbal formula tailored specifically to her needs. 2 weeks later, she returned with tears in her eyes. She told us she felt stronger, more like herself again. She had the energy to keep showing up for the people she loved. We didn't perform a miracle. We simply helped someone get a piece of her life back. One of my favorite things about Chinese herbal medicine is that the real beauty isn't just in the herbs themselves. It's in how they work together. For nearly 2,000 years, these formulas have taught us that success comes through balance. One herb releases, another protects. The medicine itself teaches harmony. Before I ever became a student at the Wan, there was one book that changed the course of my life. The book that inspired me to begin this journey towards becoming a practitioner of Eastern medicine, The Web That Has No Weaver by Ted Kapchuk. He ends this book with these words on the topic of a mythical book containing the cure to all diseases, supposedly lost when the 10 Commandments were lost. The Western book of medicine, which is always being written, may yet someday include Chinese characters. Today, after 4 years at the Wan, I believe those words more than ever. What he meant by this is if we were ever truly to find the cure to all diseases, what we need is collaboration rather than separation, Western and Eastern coming together. The future of healing belongs to people willing to learn from one another. To my fellow graduates, there will be days when building a practice feels impossible, days when you wonder whether you chose the right path. Don't lose sight of why you started. This profession was never about taking the easy road. It was about answering a calling. One day, a patient will walk into your clinic believing no one has been able to help them. They won't remember how many herbs or points you memorized or how many exams you passed, but they will remember that you listened, that you cared, and that you gave them hope. On that day, every late night of studying, every practical exam, and every sacrifice you made to stand here today will have been worth it. To my classmates, thank you for walking this path with me and reminding that I don't have to do this alone. Congratulations, class of 2026. May we leave here with humble minds, compassionate hearts, and the wisdom to honor evidence without forgetting tradition. May we continue writing that Western book of medicine, one that, as Ted Kapchuk hoped, may yet someday include Chinese characters. The next chapter of medicine is ours to write. Let's write it well. Thank you.
Yes, another round of applause for our amazing commencement speakers. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the chair of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Sukja Choi, who will share a special message, followed by Dr. Jacqueline Miller, President and Coordinator of the One Institute Alumni Association.
I'm Sukja Choi, as I was introduced, Chair of Board of Trustees. I cannot see it well. Distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees, President Dr. O, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, our graduates. It is a great joy and sincere gratitude that we celebrate the accomplishment of the graduating class of 2026. I believe each of you will become a source of hope in your community using your knowledge, compassion, and wisdom to heal and serve the world. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I offer my warm congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. When One Institute celebrated the first commencement in 2004, we graduated just 3 students. 23 years later, we celebrate 54 graduates this year, and our alumni family has grown into a vibrant and a diverse community. As we celebrate the milestones, I am especially delighted to introducing the One Institute Alumni Association. Although you are graduating today, your relationship with the Institute does not end, and here I hope the Alumni Association will become a lifelong community when you remain connected, continue to learn and grow, share your knowledge and experiences and inspire future generation to One Institute students. I am pleased to personally sponsor the alumni membership fee to every graduate in the class of 2026, so that each of you can become a member from the way beginning. I warmly encourage you to stay engaged, participating in our alumni community, and help carry the value of the One Institute into the world. Congratulations again, all graduates. When your journey be filled with purpose, continued growth, and meaningful service. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2026. My name is Dr. Jacqueline Miller, and I have the privilege of serving as the Alumni Association Coordinator and Board President here at the Wan Institute. Not too long ago, I was sitting exactly where you are today, feeling a mix of relief, excitement, and wondering what comes next. As you receive your diploma today, perhaps even more importantly, you become a part of the Wan community in a new way. One of the things I've come to realize since graduating is that while today marks the end of your time as a student, it isn't the end of your relationship with the Wan. In many ways, it's just the beginning. And that's exactly why the Alumni Association exists, to create opportunities for connection, continued learning, and support as you navigate the next chapter of your journey. Thanks to the generosity of Dr. Choi, each of you becomes a member of the Alumni Association today. This means you are joining a lifelong network of practitioners and healers who understand the work you do, the path you've chosen, and the place that helped prepare you for it. Over the past year, we've worked to grow the Alumni Association into a place where alumni can continue learning, connecting, and supporting one another. We've launched webinars and continuing education courses, shared the stories and experiences of our graduates through alumni spotlights, created opportunities for networking, supported practitioners in the dispensary, brought alumni together through meaningful events, kept in touch by email newsletters, and that's just the start of it. One of the most beautiful things about the work we do is that healing has never been meant to happen in isolation, and neither has the journey of becoming and being a practitioner. We all need people who understand this work, who can celebrate our successes, help us through difficult cases, and remind us why we chose this path in the first place. That's what we hope the Alumni Association continues to be for each of you. Lastly, I want to recognize our Board of Trustees member, Kalpana, whose vision, generosity, and unwavering support have helped make this growing alumni community possible. So to the class of 2026, today you leave as graduates, but you remain part of the Wan family. Wherever your path takes you, we hope you carry wisdom, relationships, and the spirit of this place with you. Stay connected, come to a webinar, join us at an event, share your story with us. We want to celebrate your milestones, ask us questions, and lean on us when you need. The Alumni Association isn't just something you join today, it's a community you help build for the generations of Wan graduates who will follow. So welcome to the Wan Institute Alumni Association, congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Choi and Dr. Miller. So stay connected, and we really hope after this graduation, you will deem our One Institute as your second home. You're always welcome. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, President Won-Sun Oh, and the One Institute staff and faculty, I would like to thank you all for attending the 23rd Annual Commencement Ceremony of the One Institute of Graduate Studies. A special thank you to our graduates' families, friends, mentors, and loved ones. Your encouragement, sacrifices, your unwavering support have helped make this achievement possible. And we are grateful that you are here to celebrate this milestone with us today. Special thanks also to Abby Stamelman Hocky for her inspiring commencement address. To our graduation committee who are back there, I see you. Yes, yes, thank you very much. To our staff for planning this beautiful commencement ceremony. Also special thanks to our staff here at the Fuge. To Youngmi Choi for that wonderful musical performance. And today I would just like to recognize Joel Ostroff on the piano, who's been playing for the last few hours. Joel has been also played 20 years ago when I graduated from here. So thank you, Joel. We love you. To our student ambassadors for their dedication, assistance, and support throughout today's event. And to you, our 2026 graduates, we are incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished and wish each of you happiness, success, and peace as you begin the next chapter of your journey. Dr. Melvin Williams, you asked a very good question. He said, what's next? So what's next after this graduation? That's what you're probably wondering. That he's like, yes, food. So logistically, graduates, after the recessional, please return to your seats because we're going to take pictures, okay? So return here so we can capture that moment. All right, so congratulations, graduates. I now invite Reverend Ho-Jin Park to close today's ceremony with the ringing of the bell. Carol, you're going to lead the way.